There we go. I don't entirely know what happened there or why it crashed. I just got a message to say Streamlabs crashed. Soundboard, no. OBS Studio, game, no. Streamlabs desktop, mixer audio. What? Jeez, I don't know what's going on. Right, are we back? We're back. We're on a different stream. Yo. I don't know if this is gonna work. VoiceMod. Mute on or off. Title mute. Oh mate, VoiceMod. Enter VoiceMod. Yep, cool, happy days. Hey, back. Right, I'm gonna mute my mic again because I'm gonna go off. There we go. I'm trying to quickly add. Yes, my speaker is also going through the Tascam. Yes, I can hear that. Beautiful. Yes. Continue. Hello. Bro, are you hearing what I'm hearing right now? Oh my god. That's pretty slick. Okay, cool. Soundboards. Oh, I get some soundboards. That's what I like. Maybe I do need to. Right. Sorry if you heard that. I'm going to turn on desktop audio though so you can hear all this. Keybinds, mute for me, yes. No, maybe not. So come off this. Is active, cool, delete that. Let's go back. Let's delete that and go back to Stream Deck. Open it up. VoiceMod, mute on or off. Thank you. Call it mute. So, if I go like that, it doesn't fucking mute it. It just takes me to the. Oh, I swear to God, what is going on? Plugins. VoiceMod is already installed. Dickheads, I don't get it. So, system. Hotkey. Yes, replace, cool. There we go. So, maybe, let me try this. Hello. What the fuck? Windows plus F1. Oh, wait. Ignore me. Bollocks. Also, FN, that one. Volume mute, there we go. Okay. Mute. So. Hello. No. Oh my god. Hey, Shrek 2, Trappy too far, too early. Multimedia. No. Oh. The issue is mixer audio. No, that's not what I want. Stream. No. I've already actually got that one. I wish mixer audio meant that I can actually go. Oh wait, mic. I wonder if. Does that work? So, yes. There we go. There we go. I've somehow managed to mute things. That'll have to do for now. Let's get back into FIFA. Bro, Tom. Did I say that in a video recently? Because I've done exactly the same, but it still works. So I'm happy. So if I want to mute it. And I can carry on playing FIFA. I'm a happy lad. I can carry on talking. And I can mute my mic. But we also have a voice mod. Which means means I can set up multiple things now to it, which is what I wanted all along. I can get that sorted out for my next stream, which might be tomorrow night, to be fair. Right, we're back down to 10 viewers. We've got to try and build back up to 25 again. Not an easy task, if I'm being honest. Mine can't charge anymore, bro. I washed mine and I was fuming. I was like, shit. But I put mine onto tumble dry as well. So when they came out of the wash, they were boiling hot. They were so hot, and I was like, shit. I'm surprised it hasn't melted. So I left them for about 10 minutes just to cool down a little bit, because I thought if it has got water damage, that water damage is now dry, so it'll probably have been fine. I thought I'd plug it into charge to see if it charges, and the light came on to say it was charging. I was like, happy days. Then I was like, I don't know if my boards are actually going to charge, because they'd been out for like 2 or 3 days. I don't know, they were completely out of battery. So I put them in and they were working, so I'm happy. Right, tell me why I've been 30 seconds behind for ages without realising. I don't know, bro. Which one do I have now? I have his base at the minute. So his base CDM. After 2 more games of scoring goals, I'll be able to have his centre-back card. It's his first centre-back card that you get. Oh, what a goal. Oh, I need Chalobah, actually. There we go. I actually really like it, by the way. His card's really... Oh, other than his shooting. Hey, Charlie, how you doing, bro? How are you doing? I know, bro. I know. I need to add it to my like songs playlist. I saw it this morning. I was meant to do it then. I've had a long day at work. I completely forgot I'm going to do it in a second. It's been out a few days, hasn't it? I did notice. Right, you get going. Chaps, go. Chaps! You're meant to get that. Not Ronaldo. There we go. Right, go. Turn on him. Oh, your agility and balance is shit. No, it's okay. It will be added to my playlist. I might actually do it in a second. End of this game. Oh, it just came out today. Mate, even better. Just out of curiosity, that's the one I've already listened to, right? And I said that one was my favourite out of the 2 that you showed me. The one that came out today is one that I've already listened to. That I liked. Correct. Or if it's a brand new one, then even more gas. But I'm assuming it's the one that I've listened to already. I can just add it to my playlist. Yes, good. Wink, wink. I never listen to anything. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah. That one. I loved it, by the way, bro. That was my favourite out of the 2 that you showed me. You could tell it was a lot newer as well, though. But it was great. It was absolutely great. I loved it. In fact, phone. Spotify. What's happening? Search. Hey, there we go. I can see it tonight. Less than 1,000 streams. Let's get it right. Everybody that's on stream at the minute. I know there's only 20 of you. Go onto Spotify, type in C-Roy, and then listen and go stream his new song tonight. The song's called Tonight. Go stream it tonight. Give it a listen or 2, and I honestly, it is insane. It's class. Unreally talented. You know what I mean? Not unreally talented. I don't know. I'm chatting. I'm waffling. I'm chatting bollocks. Right. Chap the maker on. Chaps. Go. There we go. That's not where he should have been. Hello, Mr. Matt. You just figured out how to get them to charge. Insane. That's what I like to hear. Tonight. Not the newest one, though. What? What do you mean? I was sick and tired. Bro, go and stream Sick and Tired. Oh, mate, I'm waffling. I'm so shit at promo. Yeah, go and check out Sick and Tired. Are you sick and tired of listening to the same old songs? Please use that in some sort of TikTok. Are you sick and tired of getting the names of songs wrong? Go and listen to Sick and Tired by C-Roy. Hey, there we go. We've got his goal. Happy days. Hang on. how easy was that to mute myself and unmute myself? That's what I like to see. Sweetheart, can't you see what a perfect summer this could be? I do not play Fortnite now. I only played it for a limited amount of time and I never got good enough at it to warrant wanting to carry on playing it. No, I feel I need to buy promo though on Instagram and whatnot. Bro, TikTok's the easiest. Just put a TikTok out and say this is your new song. Like before your next one comes out, play a little like snippet of unreleased content and just say, should I release this? And then when you do, then when people are like, yeah, release this, it sounds sick, just go, oh, okay, stay tuned. And then comment the next part that says like a little bit more, make it sound a little bit more studio based. And then put it on saying, oh, this song's going to be released on the 25th of December, I don't know, whenever. And then everyone will be like, oh, gas. And then when it is released, make sure you put promo and say, oh, this song's out now. And just like keep playing like little bits of it, like Brucey did it. I'm not sure if you've heard Brucey's new song, but he released a snippet of his song every month or so until it came out. And by the time it came out, everyone knew the lyrics, but just didn't know the order. So played the song for like 2 days. All you had to do was listen to it like 3 times. And you knew that you already knew the words because you've been listening to it. So people were singing it over and over and over again. After like a day of it being released, and it was just class. It is a sick song. You've been trying to spam on TikTok about my buying strats as well. Bro, how much money do you want to put into it? That's the thing. What a flick. Oh no, as if he's got the... Sweetheart, can't you see? That's how literally I find all the newest songs on TikTok. Like the ones that I like anyway are people playing like little snippets and me going, oh, that's pretty sick, and then them going, oh yeah, by the way, if you want to hear the full tune, check it out here. And I'm always like, right, class. It is actually a proper banger. By the cookie. You're way too beautiful, girl. Das war never work. You had me suicidal. I want to go grab my cookies. I keep forgetting about them. What a dummy run by Kante. What was that about? On stay back while attacking, but still goes wherever he wants. I'm going to be sad that I can't use this team for much longer because I'm going to be playing with some absolute shitters. Bang. If I'm being totally honest, I've been listening to a lot of Token's album. It absolutely slaps. It goes so hard. Token and Denzel Curry. Oof. It's really odd because I love his more, well, at least with Token, I like his more aggressive songs. I find them to be a lot catchier. But it's like in the feel songs, or in his feel songs, are just next level as well. Like the album itself, I don't think coheses very well in terms of it just has like either the songs in your face and quite bassy and just vibrant and like just vibraty, or it's an in your feel song and like there's no in between. So the album feels a little bit disjointed in a way, but they're all bangers, so it doesn't really make a difference. They're all just still sick. I don't get it. It fucks in my head, and I guess that's what the album's meant to be about. Walking out like listen, I've got something in my throat, but there's nothing there. There's absolutely fucking nothing there. I just like to joke on nothingness. Yeah. Alfonso Davis, Jonathan David. Basically, if you've got Davy in your name, you're doing well for Canada. Who else is like bagging it for Canada at the minute? What was that? I'm about to listen to the Sea Origin. Give it a rating out of 10 and be honest. Be like absolutely honest with him. Don't say 10 out of 10 banger because, bro, I'd give it a solid 8.5, which I think that is a great song. To be fair, I think it was the one that I had on repeat the most, and I had to keep replaying it in the car by Google page. It was so annoying. Why has he just chested it towards Ronaldo? Ready? Oh. Do you watch the Olympics? Ish. I didn't watch this year's though, or last year's. Whichever one it was. I know it was technically called 2020, but it was in 2021, wasn't it, at Tokyo? I didn't really watch much of it. I kept up with the swimming because Adam Beatty went to the same college as me, so he was on a lot of the local news and radio near me. But yeah. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! So can't you say I go on the outside for you, 'cause you will be right here with me. Finish. Hey Sammy, how you doing, bro? I went to Olympic start this weekend, by the way. Not even. I didn't know about. The thing is, with the Olympics, it's either if someone major is competing in an event, our media will just say, oh yeah, this person's competing in this event. We won't really focus on it too much, unless it's either in, say, France or Germany or Spain or somewhere near us, or in part of the UK, in which case it will be absolutely plastered everywhere. I've got quite a lot of Chalobah to go. I'm on his first objective so far. Or first set. I've got to score in this game and another game. I think maybe 2 more after this. I think this is the 3rd game that he will score in, and he needs to score in 5 separate games. So then we'll be on to the next bit. So a little bit of the way through so far. We've already got 6 assists. We got that in the first game. Then we're going to jump into managerial masterpiece soon, which hopefully means the actual objectives themselves will go a little bit quicker. But it's going to be a centre back. How am I going to get goals with a centre back? Or do I just play him as like a cam? Just for the pants. Oh dear. Charlie, you still here, bro? Because Shrek Do Trappy wants to give you a little bit of a word of advice. Coming from a guy with Shrek Do Trappy is his name. Yeah, there you go. What you got? Words of wisdom. What you rating it? I want to hear it. Because I think it's a solid song. Will you do Chalobah? I'm literally sat doing Chalobah, so yes. Him and Malangs are in the same week. Yeah, I fuck with your tune, bro. It's a vibe still. Yeah, bro, I fuck with your tune, innit? Yeah, bro, vibe still. You couldn't have sounded more like a chav. Love, bro. I love it. But yeah, some guy started on me in the shop today. It was so... Well, he didn't really start on me. It was just really strange. And he was hanging out of his arse. It's fucking class. I'm going to pick the CDM. I think that's the choice that people should make, right? I think the centre-back has a few issues where the CDM doesn't. Like, the CDM looks like a solid centre-back card with the added bonus of extra passing. The title is... Exactly, bro. If we're just going to go and have a quick look at it. 94 base Tomiyasu, right back, SBC coming. I would fucking love that 94 base Tomiyasu. Insane. Hey, we get the pink and green ball. Why do we get the whole fucking bells and whistles for a football? Fuck off. I don't give it a shite, mate. I don't give it a shite. Get another fucking bin. See some progress. Oh, we got 2 parks. Oh. just, I don't fucking want to see it. Pathfinder. But yeah, so I was in the shop today. I dropped the car off to get it cleaned. Fucking bells and whistles again. I don't want bells and whistles. I dropped the car off at the cleaners, went into the shop opposite. I go in it quite a bit. The bloke that was there was like, "Are you right, mate?" I'm like, "Yeah, not too bad." And I had my sidemen, snood, right? I put it above my nose. And I forget that you don't need a mask anymore. But I still wear one because I've got a cough anyway. I don't want to give it people. Anyway, it's besides the point. So I'm there, I'm grabbing a drink, and I've got the pack of cookies in my hand. How far are we? 2 more? Yeah, 2 more games. If we look at the pick. Oh, you can't look at the pick. No, yeah, the academy, they make sense. Play a pick with a right back and a centre back option this week. Pretty reliable leaguers. Okay, cool. I would, yeah, if we're going to look at the Chalobah cards anyway. But yeah, anyway, so I'm stood there, and I can hear this bloke just grunting. He's like, at his missus, and his missus is like, "You're not having any more spirits. I'm not buying you any more spirits. You can have some John Smiths." And I'm there like, "Fucking hell." And I'm looking, and the shop's tiny. It's like the size of my bedroom. And then like, so he's walking, and he sort of walks past me a little bit, like I'm sort of the other side of the thing. And he walks, and he's paying. Well, him and his missus are paying. And I start queuing up, and he goes, "Mask." And I sort of look at him, and he's just like, and I'm like, he's up here, like, it's a snood. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, "Fucking hell, can't believe this bollocks." And she's like, "Oi, shut up," to him. And the guys behind the tills are like going, like, I don't, what's going on, sort of thing. And then he's still there, and he's like, "Spirits, spirits." And then his missus is like, "No, you're not having any more fucking spirits. You can have another," right? And he goes, "Do you want another pack of John Smiths?" So he's already got 4 that they're paying for. Bear in mind, he's already fucking pissed as a fart. She's bought him 4. And she's like, "You can have another 4. And I'm thinking, don't give him 8 fucking pints. Like, what's I going to do any different than buying him a bottle of vodka? Anyway, so I'm like, right, so I'm just sort of stood there, and she goes, "Oh, let me just push past you." I'm like, "Yeah, no worries, like, help yourself." And then he looks at me and he goes, "Nice trousers." "Nice trousers." And I'm like, "Thanks, I'm at work." And I was so confused, and then he sort of like walked up to me, and he's like this, and he gets like to my face, but I'm facing this way. He comes here and he's looking at me, and he's like that. And I'm like, "You alright, mate?" And he goes, "Mm." And then his missus walks back and goes, "Oi, come on, leave the poor kid alone." And I'm there like, as they're walking out, he looks at the bloke in the shop and goes, "Bye, Dave." And the woman's like, "Bro, you don't even know his name." And he goes, "What's your name?" And he goes, "It's actually Dave." And the guy's like, as he's walking out of the shop. And the woman looks at the bloke and goes, "Your name's not Dave, is it?" And the guy's like, "Oh." And I'm just there like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? I'm so confused. Just the way he's like, "Nice trousers," walks up to me, his head's here, and I'm like, just piss off, please. But I can't help but smile and giggle because I'm like, this is weird. But yeah, so anyway, what are we doing? We're looking at Chalobah concept players on Premier League. Chelsea. We've got some sick cards this year, look. So, I've got 2 too many years. Where are we? We would like to look at... So, this Chalobah card, right? Yes, his defending and physicals are better, and his short passing is good. But his shot power's not brilliant, his pace is only 83 and 82, his reactions and composure are pretty low for a centre-back. Right. Or you go for the CDM, which has better pace. His defending and physicals are equally just as probably well-rounded and better for a CDM to be relatively well-rounded. His dribbling is insane for a CDM. His passing is better, and his reactions and composure are better anyway. You go for the CDM, medium as well. If you go for, what's this? If you go for a medium centre-back, you're not doing anything, bro. You go for the CDM. And then I can sell Walker. He's now 115. Wait, how cheap is he? How cheap is he? He's like 100k. How much did I buy him for? 105. Okay, cool. But yeah, bro, I was questioning shit. I was there like, what the fuck? Even the people in the shop were just like, what the fuck was that? And I think he was starting to be racist against the people across the road, so I just walked off. He was trying to walk off, and I think he fell over. 4-star week, 3-star week. Yeah. Wait, is he? What? Let's try that again then. So his centre back has 3-star week, but his CDM has 4-star. Incredible, yeah. His CDM's off the chart, mate. 4-star week foot CDM, that's incredible. 2 more games then until we get the next version. And that's when things get hard. This is just grindy. That's all it is. Update opponents, there we go. Fucking hell, Jesus. 87, 90 cam, 90 rated. Jesus. CDM is clear. Yeah, it is. That means we'll have had 4 games towards his towards the player pack as well. Dynamic image is way better too. Exactly, like it's just a win, isn't it? Baby, can't you see what a bit summer this could be? Right, come on, chaps. Let's get you scoring some goal lassos. Oh, bollocks. We need to go like this. And it went like this. Get forward. Stay back. There we go. Happy days. Chaps, go. Chaps. Finish. Yeah, we're scoring plenty of goals. Do you reckon I can score from outside the box with him? Oh, we're scoring a free kick. We're scoring a free kick with Chaps. Luke, I like your trousers. Oh, mate, I was buffed. It'd be funny as well, right? But they're very creased today. I think he could have been being sarcastic. He can't have been being sarcastic. He can't have had the eyesight to notice that my trousers were creased. Really. Like, because they are very creased. Like I said, I did all my washing the other day. I just kept putting them on 3-hour washes where it washes it for an hour and then dries it for 2 hours. They're coming out creased as fuck, but I don't give a shit. So yeah. Chaps, go. Mate, get it on target. You've got no shooting ability. I've got to score goals with you. Mate, he was fucked. Absolutely fucked. I'm telling you, he was wankered, and his missus is buying him 8 more pints. Like, if that's not love, I don't know what is. Goal. Maybe not. But I bought some white chocolate cookies, and it probably put me off my cookies, to be fair. But I fancy them now. You don't have to score with them. You do for the other objectives. Does it not say score 8 goals? Or is it score 8 goals with Premier League players? Pretty sure you have to score goals with him. This one I know you have to score goals with. Because it says score in 5 separate games. Right, chaps, you're on and get forward when you can. Get forward, you dickhead. Get forward, you're there, go. There we go. One goal. Pretty sure you have to score goals, let me have a look. Food bin. Chalobah. So we've done the first objective, assist 6 goals, scoring 5 separate squad battles matches with 7. Oh, with him in your squad. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, it's class, by the way. We'll read that comment in a second. It literally says scoring 5 separate squad battles matches on semi-pro or rivals with 79 overall foot rate. That's score! Bro, I wasn't even looking! With 79 in your starting squad. Okay, cool. Assist using this is in the next one. But assist using defenders in 4 separate squad battles matches or rivals. Concede no more than 1 goal in 3 separate squad battles or rivals. And score in 8 separate with him in your starting squad. You don't need to score with him. Oh, flipping out. That makes it so much easier. Win 4 matches in the friendly managerial masterpiece with the 85. Assist 5 goals with him in the when we get to managerial masterpiece. Score with okay, yeah. Oh no. Using Premier League players in the live, yeah. And then play 25 with Chalobah in your starting squad. Okay, cool. Happy. Yeah, of course he's good at shooting. I saw something on I don't know if it was Twitter or TikTok the other day. It must have been Twitter because I think it was an image. But it said that like there was a headline about someone using the word damn in their teaching, or a teacher said damn and a student reported it or whatever, and it was just like, yes, be mad at the fact that the teacher used the word damn when you have like in between active shooter drills. Like, come on, you can't be like in uproar about a word when you're actively having to do fucking shooter drills in between every lesson. It's fucking nuts. It's bonkers. It blows my brain. I don't get how Americans still have guns. It baffles my head, bro. Absolutely baffles my head. I thought these goals had to be with Chalobah. Okay, so it's just score goals with him in your squad. Happy days. Shit, there we go. Scorpion. No. Pulisic is the LeBron James of soccer. Of course he's good at shooting. Yeah, bro, he sometimes plays centre midfield and centre forward. Like, bro, do you even watch it? Obviously not, because he's a left winger. You don't even have to do much research to find out that he's a winger. I'm just banging in goals for fun now. Take a touch, bang. Yeah, the American education system is... I mean, I don't know. I can't really comment on it because I haven't done it. I mean, they're probably better in some aspects than we are with education. I just think the history that they get taught is horrendous, by the way. The history that they get taught is horrendous. It's so handpicked to make it seem like they're the best people on earth. It's outrageous. Like, I know when I did history in the UK, at the very least, we were taught how England was very bad. We had an empire, and being in that empire was good, because it means you're on the right side of, not necessarily the right side of things, but it means that not a lot of harm came to you if you were on the side of the British Empire sort of thing. So when it comes to it, like, we are taught that what we did was bad. But if you were on the English side and the British side, often the case of you got the better end of deals and things like that. But we were taught the difference between you might get the better end, but you caused a lot of hate. Which is fair enough. At least they're teaching history correctly. Whereas in America, it's like, yeah, America's the greatest thing. History started when we were founded. And you know what's even funnier? Like, half my history books are about us colonising and having slaves. Exactly, bro. It's mental. Well, then again, like, half of history is like that. Everywhere had slaves. India had slaves. Fucking Asia had slaves. A lot of the countries out there still have slaves. They just don't brand it as it. It's just a bit like everywhere had slaves. Whereas, I don't know why it's taught as, it's taught in such different ways where it should be. We did this horrific act of having slaves. We don't do that anymore. We've realised it was bad. That's how it should be taught, not a case of, what are the pros and cons of slavery? Like, really? Trinkhouse better than Cole. I never actually thought of that. I looked at Trinkhouse and thought he had a great card. But I never thought of actually thinking swapping Cole out, because I need a new right winger. I did say that last episode, didn't I? So maybe it's an alternative for me. Pretty sure Europe gets taught about the bad things US has done more than the Americans. Exactly. It's mental. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Right, I'm going to grab the cookies, bear with. I thought I'd grab them over there. Sorry if I'm being a bit loud. I thought I'd open them over there just because, you know, it saves being too loud. But here's a cookie. I mean, they're just basic McVitie's, like white chocolate cookies, but they're nice. I must say I haven't really used Varane in a competitive scenario yet, but I will let you know how I feel about him. Everyone said he's incredible though, so I can't see it being any different. Go. Oh mate, how did Ronaldo? Is the Sar grand worth it? Again, not too sure. I'm not too sure as of yet. Not really used him. You can only really judge in a competitive capacity. If you don't play in a competitive capacity but you still want him, then you might as well just go and get him. Because you can sit and do objectives and things like that. And if you're not going to be playing him, it doesn't really. If you're not going to be competitive anyway, you might as well just do it, because then at least it's there. Yeah, I've had a lot of comments on my recent video that said like, I can't believe you didn't choose Koza, but I don't. Like, Koza might be good and he might be as good as Sar, but one doesn't fit my team anywhere near as well, because it means I'll have a random Liga and centre back around a lot of Premier League players. Second of all, I think even if Koza was ever so slightly better, which he probably is, than Malang Sarr, I still think that I'd prefer to have Malang Sarr because I'm a Chelsea fan, you know. So, dude. There we go, happy days. Oh, what up, Evans? There we go, happy days. Oh, that was a rocket. Rocket man. I just prefer Sarr over Koza and Sarr with the shadow field, rapid and dribbling feels way smoother. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm sort of expecting Varane to feel a little like big and clunky, which is what I want as a centre back, and then Sarr to be almost like a better Kante at centre back. Do you know what I mean? Bro, will any of these ever go in? Oh, Shayberg, meet Shayberg. I might get a goal with Chalobah just so we can have some more goals on your record, you know. Happy days. There we go. Go on, Pulisic. Bang, bang. Oh, and he's through on goal. You ready? Bang, 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 bang. Oh dear. Lukaku was a fraud. Exactly. It's like my clunky one is the one. Is the Campbell you have too. Works very well. Yeah. I like having a fast centre back and a sort of like a clunky, strong centre back. So that either way, I sort of know what I'm expecting depending on who I've got. If I've got stand in the way of players because his strength will hold them back. Whereas I know that if the ball's thrown goal, change to Varane. That was my sort of Kimpembe Marquinhos player. Now I've got Saar and Varane. Varane's going to be the tool, sort of get in the way. He's just going to boss the defence around and do incredible bits. For the times where he doesn't, I'm going to need to have Malang Sarr just run. But then again, there's Chalobah's goal anyway. Man United frauds. Yeah, Man United are in the mud. Did you see the statement that they came out and said, which was that they weren't going to sign any players, especially in CDM, because they're going to get a new manager at the end of the season? That whole ordeal baffles me. They're going to wait to get a manager and choose who the manager wants, which is exactly what's gone wrong at the club with some of the signings that they've made in previous years, is wait until they get a manager, letting the manager choose one or two players, and then them not necessarily performing the way that Man United want them to. Blows my brain. You've brought Rangnick in. Then why bring Rangnick in? At all. You've told Rangnick to come in because you want to instill this one sort of philosophy of gegenpress football, so that when you bring a manager in that can implement that, the team's already there, and the manager can come in and do a job. Right, okay, cool, happy days. I understand that, to be fair. I understand that bringing a manager in and not really putting any pressure on him, because he's not necessarily a football manager, he's more of one of the incredible coaches that can instill a certain philosophy. Cool, happy days, that's fine. Everyone knew what the situation was. Okay, you've identified areas. You've identified areas in the team that need improving, such as CDM. Okay, cool. What are we going to do about it? Nothing until we get a manager. Why not? Why not go and get the player that you think is going to be able to do the job? Because you've got scouts anyway. You've got a director of football that's done fuck all and has just left the club. And what you're going to do now is bring a new player into a club that's already going to have this philosophy and then expect him to go into it straight away. No. Sign him now while you've got Rangnick, and then at the end of the year, you've then got a full team that knows what they're doing, ready for the new season. Which is what the whole point of signing Rangnick was in the first place. It baffles my brain. Second of all, you've now given extra time to clubs that may not have been looking at certain players. Like this summer, this transfer window, Chelsea were never going to sign Declan Rice. This transfer window wasn't going to happen ever. Chelsea had quite a quiet one. We don't really need too many players, if I'm being totally honest. We're more focused on trying to get players to renew their contracts. If not, look at alternatives for the summer, so that we can look at the wage budget that we had end up getting rid of if we lose Christensen and Rudiger. Okay, cool, we've then got extra wages to play around with. We can fiddle sort of like an extra bit of a transfer budget because of that. Okay, if we don't want to lose them because they're already our players, we'd prefer to keep hold of them and then we don't have to replace them. So we don't have to spend more money. Okay, we don't know whether they're going to sign new contracts until we could agree a player in January, and then them players go, actually, I want to sign that contract, happy days, and they're signed up. And then we've got too many. So what Chelsea have done is actually quite strategic. Wait to see what the player does. If we lose out, then we can look at what we can afford, basically. Happy days. We were never going for Declan Rice. Man United desperately need Declan Rice. They need a Declan Rice player. Isn't it? Right. Yet they didn't go for him. They haven't gone for him. And now we're thinking, right, with our midfield options being quite limited, to Saul going back to Atletico Madrid, I personally wouldn't sign him on a permanent transfer just because I don't think he's been... Oh, shit. I don't think he's been the best player. I think there's other players that can come back in, such as Chalobah, such as Conor Gallagher, that can do just as good of a job. Okay, cool. Would I like Declan Rice at Chelsea? 1,000,000%. I think he's Chelsea through and through. I mean, he's West Ham through and through, don't get me wrong. He's West Ham bread and butter pudding, isn't he? But if he was to come to any of the big clubs, I think his best fit for him as personality and sort of chemistry with the players and things like that, I think would be Chelsea. And now Chelsea are in the race to sign Rice. Okay, cool. Man United have fucked up by not signing him when they could have signed him and chose not to even try and sign him. They've left it too late and now all the clubs want him. All the clubs wanted him anyway, but were never going to go for him until the summer. If they managed to do the deal in January, I just don't get it. No, I agree, sleeping satellite. I think Rangnick was the right choice. I never said it was wrong. Rangnick was the right choice. You did need to instill a philosophy upon the club and the players that were already there. I fully agree that Rangnick was the right choice, but you have to bring in the players while he is there and he is the manager. And then he gives them 6 months, 6 to 8 months to work with them players to get them the right way. Instead of, okay, Rangnick comes in, he instills a philosophy that half the players aren't happy with, half of them are happy with. Okay, cool. Right, we've still identified this key area in the team that we need to improve upon. Okay, we're not going to sort that out to the end of the season when by the time we've brought in a new manager who's going to want things done a little bit differently, but Rangnick's still there to boss around the transfers. So then Rangnick brings in a transfer that maybe the manager's not even happy with. Whereas if he brought him in the first place, he could have at least got him up to scratch in the meantime and proved his worth before the new manager gets there. Or on vice versa, not proved his worth by the time a new manager gets there. So it gives the manager the right to go, right, for the 6 to 8 months under Rangnick, obviously wasn't performing. We'll freeze him out the squad and we'll get another one. It baffles me. It's like this whole, like, imagine the Lampard Tuchel situation. Because I refer back to it because it's fresh in people's memories. Lampard didn't have a lot to work with. Okay, cool. What is it they actually needed? They needed experience. We had youth system, so we had Lampard. He came in, did a great job for what he had. He instilled a philosophy at the club. He instilled togetherness at the club, which is what Man United are going through currently. Okay, what did he do? We made some key signings while he was still a manager. In Havertz, Werner, Thiago Silva being the biggest one of the lot, absolutely incredible. Okay, cool. Could he utilise them players? No. What happened? We went and got a manager that could utilise them players and play the way that we've then set up to play football. Okay, cool. But Tuchel being a lot more experienced, tactically minded, all that sort of thing. And it worked. We won the Champions League with the players. Okay, Tuchel's not happy with every player. You know, the likes of Werner will probably end up leaving in the summer. You know, Rudiger, well, without Tuchel really having too much input. But Rudiger and Christensen are going to leave. Tuchel signed Thiago Silva signed a 1-year extension. Happy days, he's been incredible under Tuchel. Cool. Now we can get in the players that Tuchel wants that will slot into the system that's already been instilled. Man United aren't doing that. They've hired the manager, but then not collected the resources to go with it. No, I understand that. It's not good. No, but the whole reason Ralph is there currently is to instill a specific way of football so that the manager that they do sign fits that way of football. You're not just going to go and sign any manager now. You're going to sign a manager that wants to play gegenpress. That's what's going to happen, whether that be an experienced manager or not. He's here to observe and suggest changes from the summer. But that's not it. That's not just what's happening. He's there to install the gegenpress on the Man United players and see who wants to do it and who doesn't want to do it and who's not capable. Regardless of the fact they still needed a CDM that they haven't replaced come summer. You're not going to attract the best CDMs if you're not already playing good football. They're not currently playing good football. Okay, how do you attract players? You get Europa League and Champions League places locked up. Okay, are they going to do that? They're struggling. They're struggling because they haven't got the players. Why? Because they're missing a key player. Oh, okay, right, January transfer market, solidify that player, get them playing the way that Rangnick wants them to play in the gegenpress, so that when we get a manager that plays gegenpress, the CDM knows what to do and can pivot and can play a key ball and is a deep line playmaker. Okay, cool. Have you done that? No. In the summer, you're going to be back at square one, trying to find a new manager that wants to play a specific style of football that the club's happy with, and there's not many options. You're probably going to get Ten Hag from Ajax, which I can see happening, and I think he fits the Man United role really well in terms of he's a good coach, and he'll be able to take over from Rangnick and play a similar style sort of thing. And yes, we'll be able to make a few key signings, but do you not want signings that are already at the club? I don't think for 1 second Pogba will be there come this summer. I think it's going to be... I'd be more shocked if Pogba was there. Not that he's going to be a big loss, but to a club, Pogba is a big loss. Regardless of the performances he's putting in, he is a big loss. You know what I mean? You've got Donny van der Beek on fucking loan. Martial's on loan. Whether he'll sign for Sevilla on a permanent, we're not sure. Yeah, you've got a lot of... What you've now done is you've sent players out on loan to prove themselves, and when they come back, they're going to be at square one going, right, I've done my bit out on broad, give me my first team place. But you've got like 8 players coming back to do the same. Bro, that's why he's there. He said it will take 6 months to install the gegenpress. That's how long he said it will take. They've given him till summer to do it. Well, till end of this season at the very least. That's what he's there for. That's one of the reasons they signed him. So, yeah, I do expect him to install a gegenpress in 6 months. Because that's what he's been brought to the club to do, and he's happily signed up to that, so he should do it. If he doesn't, then fair piece, he's failed his job. Was Klopp able to get the press working in 6 months? No, but Klopp wasn't necessarily brought there to do one specific job. He was there to transition the club into a title-winning team, which he has done quite comfortably. He's won them the Champions League and the First League title in however many years. Is Rangnick going to do that? No, because Rangnick knows he hasn't got a job after 6 months. So his one and sole purpose job right now is to get that up and running. And it's worked in a few games. You can't just compare Rangnick to Klopp because their job position at the moment is different. Klopp's there for a long haul, overturn the squad. Rangnick is there to install a gegenpress. That was just one part of Klopp's whole starting era. Yeah, no. He says it takes time. That's fine. But right, okay. He's been there to do that. That's what he's there to do, is to install that. Which is fine. Why would you get a gegenpress working in 6 months if you're going to hire a new manager that isn't going to implement that? Second of all, how are you going to properly install a gegenpress when you haven't got a CDM that can be that pivot role, like Fabinho, that can drop deep and just be that defensive holding midfielder? So Rangnick's gone, yeah, I'll do it in 6 months. It's come to the January transfer market. There's a glaring option in the midfield that is just lacking. There's just not a single person in that Man United midfield that can do that job role effectively. The best player that they've got that actually fits the genuine attributes is Matic, but Matic is old and slow, so can't do it in a gegenpress, which way you need pressing players, especially at the front. You need a pressing player. In that holding role, not as much, but you still need to be able to, regardless of whether that person has to necessarily press themselves, they've still got to be physically fit. And Matic just isn't there anymore. He just isn't. Fred's been doing good, but he's a headless chicken at times. He presses and presses, which is great, but he doesn't necessarily always do it intelligently, if that makes sense. Klopp's appointment was completely different to what Rangnick's appointment is. Yeah, United don't have that player at all. Like, it baffles me how they couldn't just go, right, we'll make one, like, just think of the wages they've offloaded as well. You've sent Elanga out on loan, you've sent Martial out on loan, you've sent Donny van der Beek out on loan, who I still think that's a weird option to send him out on loan. I think that's bonkers, without genuinely giving a proper chance in the squad. But then it does make me ask questions about Van der Beek now, that 2 managers have said no. But outside of that, you say, right, we've hacked off all these wages, at least till the end of the season, where we can then revisit them and try and get a permanent transfer when we've got a bit longer to work on transfers. Okay, cool. What do we need? We need a centre mid. They just do. Regardless of who's the manager, what's happening, what's going on, they need a solid... Right, second of all, the point that you made a little earlier on was that Ranić was going to stay to help them advice on transfers, director of football, really transition to the team. The style that he's implementing, he knows exactly what type of player is out there that he needs for that role, or that anyone would need for that role. Why not say to him, okay, right, this is the list of players we've got, these are the prices that we've got available for, these are the ones we're looking at. You're going to be transitioning to this director of football role anyway. Whilst your manager, who would you believe would A, bring out the best in other players, and B, do the job role well? He could have easily gone these 3. There are plenty of players out there. Tonali from AC Milan. I think he'd fit that Man United role really well. Don't necessarily think he'll go to Man United. I think he will stay in Italy for his career. Many a player. Declan Rice suits it well, but he has transitioned to more of a 6, so I don't necessarily think that that's the role that Man United need now. I do think it will suit a Chelsea role better, where both the sort of centre mids are, like Kovacic and Kante, are more physical, defensive, but can push the ball forward as well, which is what Rice does incredibly well. Like, Rice has levelled up a gear by doing that. I think if out of Declan Rice and Souček is the player that Man United need more. I know Souček can bring the ball forward, but Declan Rice does it so much better and effectively. I think Souček has a much better defensive mind in terms of sitting deeper and knowing when to play the pass and things like that. You put Diawara in question marks, I'm not too sure. Probably, maybe. It's difficult for United because they have nothing attracting players other than Sue Merchant. Again, even he's not playing too well. But I don't expect him to, he's old. He's past his prime now. Both him and Messi are past their primes. Zangare from PSV fits the Man United role exactly, which means if they do get Ted Haag next season, who's Ajax, and definitely Eredivisie proven, he might be able to get the best out of Donny van der Beek and Zangare next to each other. Could be incredible. 2 players that have played the Netherlands Eredivisie sort of style football very well, because there is a style of football in the Netherlands and it is good. It is sort of gegenpressy. You do get the managers like Ted Haag that will come across and do a good job in the Premier League because they play attractive football. So why not? Why not go right? Zangare from PSV, put him next to Donny van der Beek. Okay, you've got a box-to-box creative midfielder in Donny van der Beek that fits a sort of utility role quite well. You've got Zangare playing that holding centre defensive role really well. And then you've got Bruno, who can be your completely creative pressing central midfielder. Kessie and Tonali would be great signings, but I doubt. Kessie, I think I can see more being in the Premier League than Tonali. No. I fully understand what. I was only using Donny van der Beek as an explanation of sort of players that are used to an Eredivisie role if you do go and get Ted Haag. But I do agree there might be something with Donny van der Beek that we're not seeing. But I do think it needs to be aired out. I'm sorry, I do. Like, fans are asking them to play him. He's been aired by both managers now, which is very concerning given the fact he's young. And I think he could have easily played. They then sent him out on loan to get game time, which is again a very strange one to me. So there is something going on, and I'm not saying that he's the option to go for per se. But you've still got Pogba at the moment. Your midfield is getting awfully thin. You've still got Fred. I think if we're going to compare it to more of a Chelsea midfield, you've got Jorginho, who likes to sit back and just play ball about, who I don't rate very highly at all. But you haven't got that type of player. Fred is more of your Kante role. He just runs about, presses, does things well. And then Fernandez is not really. But if he needs to drop a bit deeper. Or Pogba per se is more of your Kovacic role. And sort of who's playing centre mid at the minute for us that's doing really well. Maybe you Conor Gallagher when Conor Gallagher comes back. But he's your player that picks up a ball, runs with it, tries to create stuff going forward. You still haven't got your Jorginho role, so even if it was more of a playmaker that sits in that role. Again, it's still a player that will sit in that position and do a job, and you haven't done that. You haven't gone and got that player. So I genuinely think Man United might have had the worst transfer window. Like, Chelsea didn't sign it. There's a few clubs that didn't sign anyone, which is fair enough. They don't have to sign anyone in January. No club does. Sorry guys, I clicked the wrong button there. But yeah, no one has to. But Chelsea didn't need to sign players. Spurs necessarily didn't actually need to sign too many players. Yet they did, because they know that there are certain areas which they have weaknesses and they've gone and improved on that. Man United didn't. Ooh, that should be it. Should be it, right? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to highlight this. But so we have done both the 6 assists on the scoring in 5 separate squad battle games. So we're going to claim this, whack Chalobah back into the squad, and carry on in a moment. There, I've saved that as a replay. So I can add it into the Road to Glory come Monday. If you look at Liverpool's midfield compared to the United one, I'd say United have the better one, but Liverpool have a more. But get played, I love you and all, but I disagree with the whole statement. Like, if you look at them in individual performances, I genuinely think Fabinho is better than anyone in Man United's midfield, so that's a point to Liverpool already. Pogba is good, but very inconsistent. Henderson is also good and very consistent, so I'm giving Henderson the point there. And then I think I'd have to give it Fred over Keita or Thiago. I think Thiago's been inconsistent, but he is getting into form now. Keita, again, is one of those that puts in a good performance, but is very... what's the word? It's very inconsistent with his performances, but Fred hasn't had the greatest of games throughout his whole Man United tenure, but he's getting into a role that suits him, and I can see him being better than Navigator anyway. Oh, hey, so he scored on volley in 100 separate matches. Pogba, Bruno, and Matic, and Fred. I'd take them, to be fair, over any of Liverpool. Nah, you're waffling. You're waffling. I'd take Bruno over the Liverpool midfielders. That's it. I'm taking Henderson and I'm taking Fabinho over both Matic, Fred and Pogba. Serial waffler. Wonder why Arsenal are trying to bring Chalobah back in, a really good player. That, again, it is a strange one, but we know what sort of went on with the French international team. They've sort of sent him out on loan. He's not been putting in incredible performances, but again, they're not bad performances. And Arteta has this very sort of authoritarian style at the minute going on, where you either play the way that he wants you to play and you do it well, like Tomiyasu came in, has done it effectively. Ben White has really started putting in some good performances. He plays next to Ben White at the about. Is it Gabriel? Gabriel. I think he's got a really, really, really big future ahead of him. And then between Paul Tierney, Kieran Tierney, I think they've got a great player there as well. So it's hard to really get into that defence at the moment. I think they've got some great players that are only going to get better over the next season. Apparently he gets that from... But yeah, I can imagine. Like, Pep demands such a high level, and Arteta's going to have the same, especially given the fact that Arteta, pardon me, comes from Arsenal. Like, he was an Arsenal player. So he's going to be instilling in his players right now that this is the way that you will play. You will do what I say. And trust me, we can build something big. And he's freezing out Aubameyang out of the squad is nuts when you think about it being Aubameyang. But the minute that happened, Arsenal started playing very well. Lacazette's gone, shit, I think I need to up my game here. Lacazette was putting in some great performances. Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, all doing very well. And you've got to say fair play. To be fair, I think Ronaldo's been good. I just don't think as a team they've been great. I actually, looking back at it, I think in hindsight, I don't think us signing Ronaldo was the correct decision either. And that might upset a few people, but I genuinely believe that Ronaldo joining Man United was a mistake. I think that what Man United were building into is something that Ronaldo was never, or should never have been a part of. He came in, they've changed things, and now they've had to have a whole new rejig. Anyway, Fraser said, I'm a Man United fan, and what I was trying to say is that I think Liverpool midfielder were in a different teams, they wouldn't be as good because they all play as a team, whilst United are just messy. Yeah, but Fabinho was good. I still think Fabinho is better than any Man United midfielder, regardless of what team he's in. He was good at Monaco. It's why they signed him to do that specific role well, and he's done it well. And Shrek, I do agree that Ronaldo is doing okay for his age and the club he's playing for. Being in the rut they're in, he's not doing bad. Ronaldo's that type of player. You need to build the team around him, and Man United aren't going to do that, nor should they do that at this stage. So but he's still putting in some decent performances. I saw that we're still paying Aubameyang something like 15% of his wages, even though he's not a player. 15% ain't bad. It's dumb, don't get me wrong, because you're not even his player, and he's not even your player, and it is stupid, but reducing it by 85% just to get him out on the last day of the window is still better than... I suppose you cancelled his contract, so I don't see the point. I know, it was weird, wasn't it? You can't compare Salah to Ronaldo. They're different generation players. Yeah, I can't see PSG getting there, not with the way that they're putting in performances this season. It's been a bit odd. Yeah, Salah's absolutely insane. Right, what do we need to do? Is this on squad battles again? Assist using defenders in 4 squad battles. Concede no more than 1 in professional difficulty on squad battles, and then score in 8 separate squad battles matches. I'm just going to hop on squad battles again. Yeah, City, PSG, Bayern or Liverpool. I don't think Bayern will get that. I think Real Madrid. I think you're really underestimating Real Madrid this season. I think it will be City, Real Madrid, Bayern, Liverpool as the 4 that can get to the final, unless Chelsea pull out something ridiculous. I think we've been in bad form. Also, United should have done better with CR7. I think utilising him. I don't think Man United have the squad to really utilise him because, one, you haven't necessarily got the attacking wingers that say you put Ronaldo in the Liverpool team, you've got the attacking wingers of Salah and Mane to complement him. At Man United, you don't have that. You've got Greenwood that could have done a job on the wing, doesn't. Sancho that's not doing a good job. You've got Rashford that's not really hit form in about a year now. Okay, cool. What about wing backs? Can we pull them wingers inside a bit and play as more as like wide cams like City do, like the Bernardo Silva roles? Okay, we've got maybe play Pogba as a more attacking midfielder, get him involved, and then just get the wing backs to ping crosses in. You've got Luke Shaw, is okay. Alex Telles is okay. You've got Wan-Bissaka who offers nothing going forward, so you haven't even got that. So it was more like 1-1-1. Just said it. I believe it is more of a political move and a cash grab from Man United rather than it being a footballing decision, if that makes sense. Let's go and get him. Oh wait, we'll go that way. What rating is he on? A special Premier League, Jesus Christ, come on. Chalobah. Okay, I'm going to choke again. Malangsar comes out and we chuck in. Who do we chuck in here? Oh, what a perfect. Luke, I would never compare Salah to Ronaldo in terms of career. Ronaldo would go, but this season is outperforming Salah. No one. But you can't compare Salah's age to Ronaldo. You're saying that the closest to Ronaldo is Salah, but you can't just say just because Salah's older than a few others. That's what I was getting at, not the fact that you can't compare. Of course you can compare them based on this season in the Premier League. It's fair enough. But you can't compare them based on their ages. What is Malangsar like? Like I say, I've used him a few times. I've only been playing squad battles. It feels solid. Absolutely rapid. Is nice and small and a little bit Kante-esque. But the centre-back next to Varane feels incredible. Pogba, one of my favourite players and a Liverpool fan. Really? I think, genuinely, Pogba for France might be one of my favourite players. Pogba for Man United, nil. Shrek, too far. Hello Splish, how are you? Right, anyway, we're getting into that time of the day where lots of people will start tuning on for actual ASMR. What time are we on? 11:30. I'm probably going to end the stream at about 12 or just after 12 because I need an early night-ish. I'm up early. Right, what were the objectives again? Score goals. Shit, what were the objectives? Someone link me the object. Oh, someone list me the objectives for this 83 one. I know we need to score goals. Oh, fuming. Actually, I've got him here. I saved him. So we did that one and the first two. So assist using defenders. Cool. Concede no more than one goal in 3 separate matches, and score in 8 with him in the team. So we need to play at least. We'll play 8 more games on stream. How about that? Actually, I think that'll be a bit of a while. Do a goal back to Kovacic, back to Chalobah, who plays a through ball across. No, get that, you dickhead. The thing is, even if we don't end up with a Conor Gallagher or Emile Smith-Rowe that I want to put into my team, I'd rather put Emile Smith-Rowe over Becky now, and then probably go and get that Trincao at right wing. I'm really hoping when the Conor Gallagher's released, I can actually play him as more of an attacking player, because I need a cam that will fit the team. And I really want to use Conor Gallagher, but if I've now got Chalobah, is there really any point? There we go, goal. Yeah, when Pogba was at Juve, he had Pirlo, remember that? Yeah. The thing is, I think Pogba has been underutilised at Man United, and I think it's got to the stage now where he should be in his prime and he's not, and it's really affected him. So when he's with France, he's got, well, he did have Matuidi and Kante playing his more like defensive roles, and he's allowed creative freedom. Okay, when he's at Man United, he's got Bruno Fernandes in front of him that's the creative player, so isn't necessarily allowed that extra creative freedom, especially now that they haven't got a CDM. Still, I reckon Pogba leaves in the summer. I can't see him staying at all. If you wanted Pogba to stay, you should have signed a CDM to allow him to get back to his creative best, prove to people why they should have kept him. And again, and then he'd have proven his worth to Man United. Yeah. He needs, genuinely, and I think this is, someone I was speaking to today about this, Pogba's been linked with a move to Chelsea. And I don't like Pogba. I don't like him playing for Man United, and I like him for Chelsea. I would much prefer, at this stage, I'd much prefer Declan Rice. Even if we have to pay a massive transfer fee for him, I'd prefer Declan Rice over Pogba. I just think the longevity that we can have Rice for and the way he fits is better. But if we can't get Rice, I'm not that opposed to getting Pogba. I'm not. Yeah. Declan Rice. Yeah, the English tax is going to be stupid. It is. It's going to be 50 to 90 million, and it's dumb. The closer to 50, I can whisper again. I apologise. If the closer it gets to 50, I think is the more value. I think 50 is actually a value for Declan Rice. I think arguably he's one of the best CDMs, or at least now number 6s in the world. I genuinely do. He's like when Calvin Phillips had a good run of form and everyone said he was the best box-to-box or defensive midfielder. I was like, no, give him a bit of time. Declan Rice was putting in just as consistent performances and has continued to put in just as consistent, if not better, performances. Yeah, EA tax is dumb. You can do so. Oh, it's because I keep forgetting, and I think whispering's hurting my throat a bit. So I'm going to go back to this because I think it's not as effective on my voice as much because I'm allowing my throat that time to sort of break up the crap that's in my throat or my chest. Thank you, Whitey Scoffed. Who's better, Souček or Rice? Rice. But I think Souček offers that stability in the West Ham midfield when Rice does want to get forward. I think as a pairing they're excellent. Bro, it's 7-0 in 27 minutes. What am I doing? I'm just clicking buttons. Would you say icon swaps is worth it now? No. I didn't choose I chose an icon pack. I didn't choose any of the icons that were there to be chosen. You don't really rate Souček? I do. I think because of how much plaudits Rice gets, is because he's been able to transition into a proper 6. It's been a while since we've had a genuine number 6 in the Premier League. And I'm talking like Yaya Toure type character that's defensively one of the best in the world, but also has that ability to dribble and pass the ball very well. And it's been a very long time since the like SCN, Lampard, name. That flashback can taste dub. But yeah, name another one. Name another one that's been in recent years anyway of that Gerrard-esque player. There hasn't been many. Declan Rice jumped into that role so well. Exactly, I think Declan Rice could be up there for me of players that could be just as good as these types of players. I'm not going to say they're going to be better. I'm not going to say that he's ever going to have the same level of respect or whatever. I'm just saying he could be just as good as these types of players. You got to remember he's still so young. Christensen to Bayern, who would be the replacement? Jules Koundé. We're going for him anyway. I think if Rudiger signs the contract, we offered him a new contract today for $200,000 a week. He's rejected it, but he said he is open to talks and to try and get it increased a little bit, which Chelsea are probably going to do. I think I'm happy to let Christensen go. He's been good under Tuchel, but he's been good in a 3 at the back, never in a 2 at the back. And I think the way that Tuchel wants to be a bit more versatile, we're going to rely a lot more on 2 at the backs a lot more for next season. So, arguably, I think it'd be good to let Christensen go. Rudiger, on the other hand, has been good in both. Excellent in a 3 at the back, good in a 2 at the back. So, I think keeping Rudiger would be clever. Letting Christensen go at this stage, not too fussed, especially if we do sign a proper replacement in Jules Koundé. So, either way, I'm happy. Yeah, Rudiger is absolutely world class. Absolutely, should have got Team of the Year card over Marquinhos quite easily, I believe. Marquinhos won nothing. They didn't win Liga and they didn't win the Copa America because Argentina won it. Won practically nothing. Rudiger won the Champions League with Chelsea. I'm doing good, Lewis. How are you? Alba won't even play. No, Alba will definitely play. Alba's a clever one because you lost. Aguero. That's the person I'm thinking of. You lost Aguero to retiring, so he's a player that you're going to have to. They had to have gone for a striker this window. It's stupid not to. The thing is, I actually really like Werner. I like him and I want to see him succeed. I just don't think he's going to do it in the Premier League, I'm afraid. He's just another one of them players. I reckon if he does go back to Leipzig, where he goes to... Lewandowski's probably going to leave soon. I'd love to see Lewandowski back at Dortmund. In the summer, we're going to see one of two things. We're going to see Haaland leave Dortmund. It's probably going to happen. He's going to go to a big club, right? Haaland jumps boat, probably to PSG, now that Mbappe's a group. Right, this is a domino effect. Mbappe to Real Madrid. Leaves a space at PSG for Haaland to go to PSG. Okay, cool. Who fills the void at Dortmund? Okay, Lewandowski, coming to the end of his career. He's absolutely banging it in. Goes back to Dortmund to end off where it started, sort of thing. Cool, happy days. That leaves a space at Bayern Munich. Ooh, Bayern Munich can go for pretty much anyone. Who do they want? A German striker that's proved himself in the Bundesliga. Werner. Nab him from Chelsea, who are willing to let him go for a reduced rate. Whole domino effect of 4 people that makes sense. Fucking hell. Do I think Chelsea should bring in another striker, obviously, after Lukaku? I don't know. We've been linked with... Right. So we've been linked with 3 players that are on the list for people that we want to sign in the summer, and I'm happy about all 3. Number 1, Jules Koundé, centre-back. The other options are like Romagnoli from AC Milan, and a few others. De Ligt we're linked to. I'd be very happy with De Ligt. Okay, cool. Happy days at centre-back. We all know centre-back. Declan Rice in the midfield. Okay, not necessarily sure who Declan Rice will replace. Wouldn't mind if Jorginho goes. Would understand if Kovacic was to leave and go back to somewhere else now that he's proved himself in the Premier League. Okay, cool. We've also been linked with Ousmane Dembele, obviously, because he's on a free transfer. Again, if we're looking to offload the players that we're looking to offload in the likes of Werner, Hudson-Odoi out on loan, Ziyech having a good game, has been okay the last 2 or 3 games, but I'm not too sure in terms of consistency-wise if he's really going to be good for us. I can see him leaving. Okay, cool. Ousmane Dembele would be a great fit out on the wing. Plays a lot more attacking football, a lot more, than Ziyech does necessarily. I think Tuchel might be able to get a decent run of form out of him. We have better sort of physio and medical staff than they do in La Liga completely. They have awful medical staff in La Liga. You've seen it with the Hazard injuries. Fucking so many careers get ruined in La Liga because of the medical staff. So maybe all of Dembele's injuries are completely preventable and at a Premier League club can do very well. Anyway, I'm getting to the fact that I, like a couple of weeks ago, said I didn't understand the Lukaku transfer myself. I understood we needed a proven goal scorer. Okay, Lukaku's good. He had links to Chelsea. It made a little bit of sense in that sense. So, but signing him, knowing that he had a poor first touch, knowing that he can't necessarily dribble, isn't necessarily suited to Premier League football, it was odd to me. He's come in, yes, he scored a few goals, but again, I don't see how he was worth that amount of money. I made the point of saying that position itself doesn't need a big, tall, stocky striker that can score a goal. It needs a utility player that can bring in everybody else, like the attacking wingers, like the creative midfielders, like the Mason Mounts and the Ziyechs. Lo and behold, a few days after the transfer window closes, Chelsea are linked with a free transfer of Dybala come this summer, who is literally the player that I fucking said. I said a player like Dybala that's a lot more ball at his feet, can dribble and bring multiple people into a game. Okay, cool. Fucking Chelsea are linked. Of course they are. Fuming. Exactly. Dortmund. Tuchel was their manager at Dortmund, and Dembele played very, very well. Earned his money move to Barcelona. I think Tuchel can do a job with him. I think he'll offer a lot more than Ziyech does. Although Ziyech had a 10 out of 10 game. I'm not debating that fact. No, but the thing is, Shrek. One, Dembele would have to have a medical before coming to Chelsea, before we confirmed any sort of transfer. If we don't think his ligaments are going to hack it, fuck him off. Don't even sign him. Say, no thank you, you are far too gone. We can easily do that, okay? Second of all, La Liga are notorious for their medical staff just being stupidly dumb and saying, yep, he's free to play when he's not fine to play, and ruining it. They did it with Michael Owen. They've done it in years gone past with like Raul and fucking everybody that played there that picked up Hazard. Hazard had like maybe 2 or 3 injuries when he was at Chelsea that kept him out for longer than a few weeks. He's barely fit and he's been there 2 years. Dumb. Absolutely dumb. So of course he's going to be injured. They always get injuries. It's stupid. Bring him to the UK, have a decent medical staff. Maybe they're looking at it going, you know what? Give him 4 weeks out, do reconstructive surgery, give him another 2 months on the sidelines, training back up, physiotherapy, and after 3 months he's going to be a brand new player again. What's a player I want at Chelsea that's unrealistic? Haaland. It's unrealistic because we'll have to do another big money move. I wanted Haaland before I wanted Lukaku. It just made a lot more sense. I just think Haaland's a lot more direct. He has a lot more pace, just as much strength, and he's just as clinical, and he made so much more sense. What was never going to happen. So that answers your question, Matthew. I don't understand how a teenager would be able to take the pressure of a shootout. I have absolutely no idea what you're chatting about. Bro, it's 15-0. I've just clocked. Have I got a thingy with a defender? Go on, Ryan, let's go on a walkabout. I need a through ball. Who's making the run? Oh, there you are. There we go. I think Diaz is a fucking incredible signing for Liverpool. I genuinely do as well. That is so, like, if I was to say to you, like, name a Liverpool signing, I think all Liverpool signings will never. You can't predict a Liverpool signing until it's happened. And it's such a Liverpool signing, isn't it? Porto, okay. Great club. Big history. Breed great players. Okay, cool. Klopp, what does he want? Okay, so Jota, what was your backup left winger, is now your starting striker. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to sign another backup left winger. We could sign a backup striker, but Firmino's now the backup striker, isn't he? So we actually don't need that anymore. We still just need a backup left winger. Okay, who do we look at? Louise, yep, it's £50 million, but it's like €30 million and 20 based on like add-ons and specific targets. It could reach 50. Okay, cool. In this day and age, not actually a massive transfer, not the biggest fees. It's a normal average fee for a club like Liverpool, and they've bought one solid player that I just believe will fit Klopp's system just so well. It's just a Liverpool signing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I'm on about Langer missing in the shootout. Oh, I'm not too sure, bro. Apparently Arsenal have 180 mil for summer with Neves, Calvert-Lewin and Isaac. Because the thing is, they won't sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Isaac. They'll sign one of them. I think Isaac, you're looking at about 70 million-ish. And I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin you could probably get for about 50, even with an English tax. I really do. Summer signing for Arsenal, probably, yeah. Summer's probably make a break for Arsenal going into next season. Diaz in a few years is going to be big, exactly. You just know it. The minute he was announced, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I could pick out 15 names from a hat, and you could argue why they would and wouldn't go to Liverpool. The minute they're linked to a player, like Diaz, you look at it and you go, yeah, I can understand why he's going to Liverpool. It's weird. Like, there's not a specific attribute for Diaz that I think makes him perfect for Liverpool. But the minute he's linked and they say, yeah, they're signing him, in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah. Do I think Havertz will find his form? I don't think we play the right formation for Havertz, personally. But again, Havertz is he's an insane cam. Centre midfielder, not great. Wide player, no. Centre forward, a little bit like Dybala. Yes, not as dribbly, not as like... He hasn't got that finesse down to a T, but it's a lot more physical. We played Havertz as a centre forward in the Champions League final and he scored a goal. We haven't played him as a centre forward since. Baffles my brain. I think Havertz, if you transition Havertz to a centre forward, you've got a winner. He's a player that can bring in the other players around him. But because the Chelsea mafia on fucking Twitter was screaming out to get a striker, that was it. It was, okay, we have to get a striker. Isaac and Erdegaard could be good. Very good together. Yeah, I'm very good. Frozone, how are you? Dale Fry's just empty his pockets. Ronaldo's in there. We just need a class creative mid-no. Thiago and Baby. You mean Naby? Nowhere near. Yeah. I agree. You do need that creative midfielder. Who it's going to be, I'm actually not too sure. I know that you commented earlier about Declan Rice. I don't think Declan Rice is the right midfielder for Liverpool. I just can't see him in a Liverpool shirt. Like, that picture in my head doesn't exist. Whereas Chelsea, it 100% does. Man City, it doesn't. Man United, it does. But again, don't necessarily think that's the best move coaching-wise. But yeah. Nkunku is such an obvious Liverpool side. Nkunku is... Wow. See, there's certain people... You point them out, and you just sit there and you go, yeah, I can see that. Like, if I said Messi to Chelsea next year, you'd look at me and you think, no. You think Messi to Man City? Yes. There's no reason. They're both... Man City and Chelsea are very similar. Very similar clubs. Big oil money, can offer a lot of money. Both want sort of the same ambitions, and they both fight for Champions League and trophies. Yet, I can easily see Messi being at Man City. Can't see him being at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Nkunku's a PSG transfer. I don't think it is, I don't think it is. But then again, they have got like Draxler. He needs to leave. Draxler goes to Dortmund next season. Ooh. Is Draxler... Wait. Is Draxler still at PSG? I almost dropped my coat then. Julian Draxler. Currently plays for PSG. Julian Draxler at... Dortmund next season confirmed, guaranteed. Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen is not going to Liverpool. Not a chance. Pedro Gonçalves. Maybe. Do you know what? This is what I'm going to say. Man United will sign a Portuguese CDM called Paulinho. Clip it and tweet me. And then it's in the summer I'll revisit it. Pedri to Liverpool, I can see that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Draxler was good. He was at Wolfsburg, right? Am I fully capping? I swear it was at Wolfsburg as well. Or was it just Schalke? I reckon he'll go to Dortmund. . Zoom. Oh, mate, I missed. You don't want to re-get Arsenal? No. Oh, okay, yeah, because he played for Schalke, he won't go to Dortmund. That makes a bit more sense. Maybe he'll go to one of the Dortmund. Who's Leipzig? Oh. Draxler to Wolves. Maybe I can see a Wolves transfer. The thing is, do you know this West Ham squad that they've built, and it is great, and I like it. And David Moyes is doing an absolutely fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. I can't see anybody leaving that squad other than Declan Rice. That's the only player I can see leaving. Draxler to Newcastle. That's a big signing yet. I can see that happening. I want to see Royce and Lever back together. That's what I mean. I think Lewandowski. I can easily see Lewandowski going back to Dortmund either this season or next season, depending on when his contract's out. When's his contract out? Transfer marked. Fuck off with your fucking signal getting caught. Accept. Lewandowski, where are you? It's 33 now. I'm going to pause the video before it fucking screams down my ear. His contract runs out 2023. So he's got a year left on his contract. Justin Timber from Ajax seems like such a Chelsea signing. Yep, true. Great potential. But with him being Netherlands, I can see Liverpool getting Justin Timber. I know they don't necessarily need him. And Matip does well. Joe Gomez does well. They've got Konate now as well, so now I can't see him actually going to Liverpool anymore. I just think next to Van Dijk he could learn a lot. Or next to De Ligt he could learn a lot. I just think like Dutch players end up usually playing together, do you know what I mean? It's not often that they play for different clubs. Actually no, Dutch players never play together. What am I saying? Yeah, he'll come to Chelsea. But I don't necessarily think Justin Timber's the guy that Chelsea need. Especially now that we've got Chalobah and Sarr coming through the ranks. Do you know, I can see us selling Malang Sarr and keeping Chalobah. And I hate that. I want to keep them both. Malang Sarr genuinely looks like a £20-30 million signing at the minute. Lever's not leaving. I can see him going to Dortmund soon. Either this year or next year on a free transfer. I mean, he went to Bayern Munich on a free transfer, so he might as well leave on a free transfer, and then he hasn't cost anyone anything. Isn't it mental that Lewandowski might genuinely be one of the world's best player? Like, the best player that's never gone for a transfer fee. Has he ever gone for a transfer fee? Oh no, he went on a transfer fee. Oh no, he didn't. So he cost Dortmund $4 million from Lech Poznan. He's broken all the records, and he might go back on a free transfer. A lower Haaland swap. I can see it. I just don't think Haaland will play for Bayern Munich. I think if Haaland does move, he'll come to the Premier League, or he goes to I think he goes to PSG. Tears up Liga. Wins them a Champions League. I think he can see more of a making a name for himself at somewhere not like Bayern Munich. But then again, you can make a name for yourself at Bayern Munich. That's dumb. A swap deal, Haaland and Lewandowski. The thing is, though, Bayern Munich will try and swindle it, saying you've got the best striker in the world in Lewandowski, and try not to put a transfer fee on it, or a very minimal. Whereas Dortmund will probably argue, look, we're giving you what could be the world's best player in the next year, and you're giving us a 33-year-old. I think it's between Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, City and Liverpool to win the Champions League. Quite comfortably. Outside Germany is hated so much, like he has ever done something wrong. I don't get it. Wait, who do you know that hates Lewandowski? I don't know anyone that hates Lewandowski. So, I'm not sure about that. I feel like players like Mount, Smith Rowe, Saka, Rashford, Pedri are never leaving, but you always see people wanting that. Exactly, bro. I don't think Mount will ever leave Chelsea. I don't think Reece James will ever leave Chelsea. Saka, I can't see leaving Arsenal. Rashford, I can't see leaving Man United. But the Rashford one's odd because I don't think he's actually good enough for Man United anymore. I think he's sort of hit his peak now. I don't think he'll get any better. So I'm a bit conflicted with that one because if he wants to do better and make a better name for himself, I think he will have to leave. Maybe go to the likes of Everton under Lampard, maybe go to Aston Villa under Gerrard. I don't know who he preferred. I mean, I can imagine he's quite a major Rooney fan. So if Rooney takes over a team at some point, I can see him trying to entice Rashford away. I don't know, Rashford's an odd one for me because Man City, Man City is definitely the best team in the world right now. No one's getting close to him. Yeah, but that's only because they're offering money, but I don't think Rashford's the type to just... Rashford will become Dele Alli. 100%. Rashford had a good 2 years where they were saying he's going to be the world's best, and he's just not... He's not got awful... I don't think he's an awful player. I just think he might have just reached his full potential now, and he doesn't really know how to get to the next... Then again, you've got to think, the managers he's played under... Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's not really going to get the best out of a Rashford, is he? He's not really going to help him progress to the next stage. I don't think Rangnick is. I don't think Rangnick's going to be... He's not the type to get an individual player to play 100% better. He's just going to instill a tactic that will work for the team. So maybe if they bring in a new manager, Rashford might be a little bit more revitalised, but I just can't see Man United being able to coach the players into better players, you know what I mean? Like the way that Klopp can, or the way that Lampard and Tuchel probably can. The way that David Moyes is. David Moyes has revitalised so many players in that West Ham squad and really pushed them to be the next, like I'm saying about Declan Rice. Declan Rice was an incredible CDM, but as a 6, David Moyes has transitioned him into be the best arguably in the league. Bowen and Antonio and Ben Rama and Lanzini, they're looking like brand new players because they've got the right coaching behind them. Do you know what I mean? Malang Sarr or Chalobah, who's better? That's tough. I think that is tough. I think Malang Sarr's the better centre back. Personally, I think he offers much more as a centre back, as a traditional centre back anyway. But I think as a wide centre back in a back 3, Chalobah is just as good as Malang Sarr is. I just think Malang Sarr can do a much better job if he was ever to be put in a 2 at the back. Does that make sense? Yeah, no, I'm talking in real life. I'm choosing the CDM Chalobah. I think he's got a much better card, easily, clear. Keylor Navas at Newcastle, I can see it. Right, I need to get a defender to get an assist. I might check if my defender's already had an assist, to be fair. Oh, I've got to score with Dalglish now, shit. No, there we go. Got to run out. Oh, we'll get there, you dickhead. Have any of my centre-backs got assists? Any of my defenders? None of my defenders have got assists, right, okay. For the last 10 minutes. Right, God's going on. Chalobah's going there. There we go. Rashford to Dortmund. I can see it. Swapping for Sancho. But I don't think Sancho's done absolutely anything since he's been at Man United. I think it's been the biggest flop of the season. If they get relegated, no one wants to join. I actually don't believe that. I think people will buy into that Newcastle philosophy straight away. Trippier obviously has. They've signed some good players so far. I think they'll stay up. Don't get me wrong. I think they will stay up. But if they don't, I don't think it really makes a difference. It just means that it takes them an extra year or 2 to get where they actually want to be. I don't think it'll actually affect the pulling purpose because everyone knows about them now. It's not a case of, oh, we're in the Championship. I mean, 1 or 2 players, yes, maybe. But I don't think there's going to be anyone that will debate the fact that they've got a lot of money and will be building something. And I think Steve Bruce has the ability to talk people into signing contracts. Does that make sense? Oh, get an assist. So I think, to a degree, yes, but I don't think it will make anywhere near as much of a difference as you think it will. Oh, I need to get a defender. I should have done this much earlier. What am I doing? I also can't concede more than 1 goal. Eddie Howe. Who did I say? Did I say Steve Bruce? Oh, shit. Oh, I've got to get Kante to score. Shit. Yes, there we go. That's an assist, right. It's got to be an assist. Let me double check. Yeah, it will. No worries, restricted, Trubby. Hope you enjoy. One of my friends just signed for Rangers, same Sans. He won the MLS Cup this year. Mental. Chalobah, get an assist. Thank you. It was from Chalobah though, and I'm really hoping it counts. Maybe I will need to get my right back or left back to get an assist. There we go. Hernandez. Bomb forward. Pass it into Kante. We'll get another goal now. No, you won't. Cheers. It would be so typical if Man United win the Champions League. Brought in German coach. Man United were struggling under. Yeah. It'd be strange. I don't think Man United are winning the Champions League though. Do you know what? As good as Arsenal are doing, I can't see them winning any European trophies anytime soon. I just can't see it happening. Actually, I can see a Europa League, to be fair. Kyle Walker, go. Kyle Walker, there you go. Play in. He's onside. He's onside. There we go. That's definitely a centre back. You're going to put Chalobah as centre back, but his CDM card is miles better, so you should pick the CDM player centre back. Now I'm going to play the CDM lad. Sorry for that one, guys. That one fully snuck up on me. I'm so sorry. Oh, mate. These fucking coughing fits are outrageous. Usually elementary school best friend, that's mental. But yeah, I'm going to get rid of Fred. I can sell him for 250k still. So I might as well put Chalobah in at CDM. That's my box to box. I'm sure if Newcastle buy good players like Trippier, they do get relegated next season. The players will be furious. I don't think so. I think they sign knowing the fact that they're signing winning mentality players, and that's what's good. Because they're going to be sat there going, I want to win. And if they don't, they're going to prove that they can. I'm on PS5, lad. In fact, let me just double check how many I've done so far. I think we've only done 2 games out of the 8. But I just want to make sure it's tracking all of the objectives that we've been doing. So, assist twice, yep. Concede no more than 1 goal in 3, yep. Happy days. And then scoring 8 separate. Cool, happy days. That's what I like to see. I like you, not love Timo. I play a lot of Fortnite. I play a lot of Fortnite. Bloody love it. Don't you think he sounds a little bit Swedish though? I know a guy called Fabian Kaitsa. He's actually fought and has climbed the first team for FC Utrecht. Cool, pretty cool. If Mbappe came to Arsenal, he would be the next Thierry Henry. No, because he's never going to Arsenal. If he's not signed up for Spurs, he certainly ain't signed up for Arsenal. Right, this one's going to be a bitch. This one's going to be a bitch. This one's going to be a much tougher game. I don't know where bitch came from. Oh shit, no. There we go. No, Mbappe's going to Real Madrid. I think he's already agreed terms, as far as I'm aware. And it makes sense, doesn't it? French next to Benzema. next season. Are they not already like signing? They've not signed a manager already, or am I tripping? I don't even know the Real Madrid and Barcelona managers anymore. You know, like I used to like it used to be Pep and Ancelotti and all these big powers names and Zidane. It's not anymore. Go Walker, go. You bomb down the wing, bomb down the wing. There we go. Bomb down the wing. Thank you. Bomb down the wing. There's my defender assist. Happy days. When did you pack Ronaldo? I'm tripping. I packed him the other day, lad. As part of my full send team of the year video. I packed him. Right. So I packed Salah when I believed Salah should have been a team of the year, but he didn't get a team of the year. I packed Lewandowski the day after he came. Oh no, the day he came out of packs. So he was in packs as a team of the year. I packed Lewandowski. I then packed Benzema, who was another of the 12th man choice. And I was like, right, okay. Then a day before the 12th man choice came out, I packed Ronaldo. Fucking livid. I packed every single 12th man player in the space of 3 days. But not while they were a 12th man. And I know for a fact I wouldn't have packed them if I'd have waited. Because the odds were just stupid. I'd have got a worse player, so I'm actually quite thankful I packed Ronaldo, to be fair. My last good pack ball was Coman Winter Wildcard Untradeable 3 months ago. It's about the same, really. Aubameyang and Adama Traore will be good. I don't know how they're going to register the players. How have Barcelona registered the players? Who have they got rid of? Because the last I heard, they could just about register Ferran Torres when they signed him. They just about managed that, and they've gone and signed 4 players in Dani Alves, Adama Traore. One of them was Ferran Torres. Dani Alves, he hasn't left Barca. He's just not been registered for the Europa League. That's all that's happened. They could only register 3 new players in January. Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about for La Liga, because they've got a wage cap before they can register players. They only just managed to sign Ferran Torres because of the wage issue. They gave massive pay cuts. Mate, why the fuck would you sign for Barcelona and take a pay cut just so other people can play? Were they actually? That's mental. Like, they've fucked over their players so badly. And if they've made their staff take a wage cut, that's outrageous. They are losing Dembele, and they're not going to be too upset with that because that's a massive wage bill gone. Arsenal paying 15%, which is still dumb, I think. Cheeky dickhead. Trying to fall over in my penalty area. Apparently Adama went on loan for 15k a week when Tottenham would have offered 150. Again, I think that Adama Traore deal was so weird. It's so sketchy to me. Like, why would Barcelona sign Adama Traore of all players that played for the club, obviously wasn't good enough for the club, has played at Wolves, had a 6-month good period, but really hasn't done anything since. Gets a move back to Barcelona. Baffles my head, mate. Baffles my brain. Adama Traore is not good. He's far from it. He was a right wing back at one point, turned right midfielder because he can get forward, and wasn't doing enough defensively. Now doesn't do enough attackingly. What's he going to offer? Really? do think Aubameyang will do a job though. I think he'll be happy under Xavi. Yeah, he's got no choice. He's going to have to. But it's just a vacation for him, innit? Really. He's below average or at most average, yeah. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But then he is a good squad rotation player, isn't he, when you think about it? Stop Pedri and Ansu Fati getting too tired. And Ansu Fati with his, he's got to have a operation, hasn't he? I think he said it will last till the end of the season, have an operation at the end of the season. So it helps them manage Ansu Fati's injury and make sure that it's not too much of a strain on him, to be fair. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's so dumb. He said, I want to go to Spurs, I'll never play for Barca again. Rejects more money at Spurs. Signs for Barcelona. I just think there's some shady business in football. And there always has been, always will be. There's always backhand gifts given somewhere. Mate, Kulusevski to Spurs. I think Spurs have had a very underrated transfer window. If you haven't seen my transfer window video yet, Kulusevski and Bentancur, great players there. Yeah, Eriksen at Brentford. I can't wait to see Eriksen play. I think no matter who you are, you will be clapping the minute he either walked onto the pitch, or if he's there in the starting 11, which he has the talent to be. Whether they put him straight back in, I'm not too sure. Maybe give him like the last 10-15 minutes at the end of a match. At least at the first game. You either clap him onto the field or you clap him at the start of the game. Mate, with the amount of information that bloke's got, probably in about a month or like 6 months' time, the thing is, you can't just publish a book about stuff that's going on, especially with shady deals. He's going to have a lot of lawyers read through the book to make sure that there's no libel, there's no accusations, there's nothing that will put him at legal risk before he does publish anything. Because the last thing he wants is legal issues when it comes to releasing a book. Yeah, they just need Britta Sombalonga and they've got the fucking trio back, haven't they? Britta Sombalonga, who did bits at Nottingham Forest, by the way. Look at Chalobah go. What a class player. With that being said, I'm going to joke again in a minute. When Chalobah made his debut this season, I was so impressed with his performance and the way he just held himself and conducted himself. And every game this season, I felt exactly the same. I really like Chalobah in real life. Do I ever like him in the game? The only issue I've ever had is when we played, was it Man City the other week or Spurs? I can't remember who it was. And the ball was at his feet and he tried to head it. And he slipped up and he let a goal through. It annoyed me. And I was like, but only because there was just no need for it. He could have just leathered his foot for it. And he fucking diving headed it back towards the keeper. And just fucked up. But it's a mistake. I've been on Liverpool signing it. I've already been through that. But yeah, incredible signing. Such a Liverpool signing. Has there been a rigged game in the Prem ever? I don't know. The Prem's a tough one because I think it's so regulated. I don't think you could necessarily. Unless it came down to genuine match fixing from players or officials, I don't think there's necessarily the whole team are of the understanding that this team wins today. I don't think there's ever really been that. But I do think there are shady, like, I'll pay the bookies and guarantee I'll get a yellow card today sort of thing. I think a lot more of that goes on than anyone's ever let on to. Levy, the Tottenham owner, has screwed up Kane's career by not letting it. Yeah, I know, yeah. I don't think Kane will go anywhere now. I don't think he'll go in summer either. I don't think he's an option for anyone, especially with Mbappe, Haaland on the table for a lot of clubs. Arsenal, Xhaka getting a red card is a very suspicious. I don't think Xhaka should ever play for Arsenal again. He gets too many cards for my liking. And Thomas Partey actually got a dodgy red card. If you'd have asked me that 2 weeks ago, I'd have said that I think Christensen will sign his deal and Rudiger will believe him. This week, I genuinely think it's going to be Rudiger signing a deal and Christensen leaving, to be fair. Malang Sarr nearly went from Porto to a second league team in Germany called Greuther Fürth, who sometimes see him paying for Chelsea. I think it's a 20-minute signing. What went wrong? Bro, Malang Sarr is a baller. We just needed someone to recognise his potential, and Chelsea did. While Barca are in the mud right now, I think you'll forget that they're still Barca. They still have a massive signing power if they can't afford anyone. No, I understand that. I completely understand that they're a big team, but they can't afford players. Like, they can afford to buy them, they can't afford to register them because their wage bill's too high. I don't understand how they're attracting players knowing that you can't go for full rate. It's like if someone said to you, like, walking down the street, oh, come and play for us, we'll give you 100k a week. The Adama one's the obvious one, because he said he wanted to go to Spurs. Spurs put in the offer. He didn't end up at Spurs, he ended up at Barca, which he said he'd never play for, on a reduced wage. Don't get it. Yeah, no. Like, American leagues are just weird. Like baseball specifically as well. I know that a lot happens in baseball. Because it's easy just to throw a pitch or just to not hit the ball. Do you know what as well? Do you know what I don't quite understand? Do you know when baseball players just choose not to hit the ball? I think it should be a thing where you always have to try and hit the ball. It's like having a penalty and then just kicking it out and going, yeah, I didn't feel that one. Why? What? What's that about? Why are you still playing goal? Because I haven't got an alternative as of yet. And I know that Trincão's there. I will be looking at him as an alternative. But I want to save my money for the minute. We don't know what else is around the corner. Especially if there's a Tomiyasu SPC at right back, because I'd love to do that. Get rid of Walker, put a Tomiyasu in. Dele Alli doesn't screw up his career on a Lampard. His move to Everton is risky. It is very risky, but I know Lampard can probably get a very good performance out of him. This might be my last game, by the way, because I'm a little bit tired now. I've got an early morning, so I'm going to have to go to bed soon. So this will be my last game. Opinions on possible Partey Neves duo Arsenal. I think it could be good. Again, Ruben Neves is one that I can see going to Arsenal. I can't see him at Man United personally. Maybe I can see him at Man United. Can't see him at Chelsea, City or Liverpool. So yeah, I can definitely see him at Arsenal. So yeah, fair enough. Dele Alli's 25. It's mental how young he still is, you know. When you're really deep it, Dele Alli's only 25. He's still got another 6-7 years ahead of him. I meant midfielders in centre mid cam, CDM, sorry. I left mid and right mid are world class. Oh, I'm lost. What do you think of Ronaldo on FIFA? Because I don't really like him very much. He's okay. I mean, I'm playing squad battles. I can't really take too much of the bait. Do you know what I mean? Yes, let's go and put that. I want to use the alien ball. Hey. midfield 81 plus defenders 3 pack. Bro. Do we get the attackers back? Why don't we get the attackers back? What? Have we already got the attackers back? I haven't really looked at this all. No, we don't get the attackers back. We get 270. Shit packs completely. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll show you the squad that I want to get. The squad selector. Chaps. This is the team. Oh no, this is the one I'm actually using. Okay. Chaps there. Malangsar there. Dalglish up top. Come out. I want Smith Rowe. Got some players on. Premier League. Smith Rowe there. I'd love this team. Chap CDM card anyway. And then a Tomiyasu there. Let's go. Oh no, we need to get rid of Boateng. Tomiyasu, where are you? Where actually is Tomiyasu? In fact, let's go. His class is a centre back. What? He plays right back. Everyone knew he was going to be a right back. Okay, cool. Tomiyasu right back. I'm hoping he's maybe like 150k. I think 150 is actually very reasonable. I'll be able to sell Walker for like 100k ish when it comes to it. So that'll be cool. It gives us 200k to get the right back. I'm probably not going to be able to get a Smith Rowe. It's probably still like 500k. Do they not add it in straight away? Special over 100k at least. Over 200 is what? Still 800k. It's not going down anytime. Anything around 500 is cool. We may be able to look for him because we will get 250 from the selling of Fredinho. Is he still 250? 280. So he's still a relatively good price at 250. Hello from Grimsby. Hello. Yo, Clash with Jesse. How are you? So sell you. Sell Walker. So that's 250. Add like 100k. That's 350. Add it into our 108 budget. That's a good like 400-500k. That can go towards either Smith Rowe and or Tomiyasu. Anyway, with that being said, we'll always have to see, won't we? I'm selling Fred and not Kante. Yes, I want to keep Kante. I think Kante is better than Fred. Kante is my complete CDM. I think he offers a lot more than people give him credit for. And then this Chalobah card. Wait, let's compare Chalobah. Club. League, Chelsea. Got some players on. Don't forget there's futures. I'll swap in silver stars. I know there is. I've got to get it all done. This CDM Chalobah. Look at Chalobah's better everywhere, mate. I think he offers a much better box-to-box option as medium. Yeah. He also has the 4-star weak foot, so I'm quite happy with that. Can't believe I didn't do this Kovacic. Although I'm quite happy that I genuinely think Chalobah's better.